Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing What If Luffy Was a Hockey Master, part number 5. In the last part, we went over most of the Skypiea arc. And yeah, if you guys haven't watched the last part, watch them. They're pretty good. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Luffy and Enel would be having an intense stare down preparing to fight. Enel would ask Luffy if he's prepared to die here. Luffy would only chuckle at this, and Enel would keep talking smack and saying that he's gonna kill Luffy and kill everybody he loves and stuff like that. Luffy wouldn't say anything, and midway when he kept doing this, Luffy would tell Enel to shut up. Luffy would adjust his hat over his eyes, and he would teleport behind Enel. He would use his Enel would notice this. He would go his electricity mode, which makes his body fully electricity. So without haki, you can't hit him. So Luffy would he would use his haki on his fist and just punch Enel right in the back of the head. Enel would be sent flying forward, and he would go through a couple trees. Luffy would catch Enel midway, stop him with his arm. Enel's back would hit Luffy's arm, and he would his back would be kind of broken, right? And then Luffy would grab Enel by the back of the throat, throw him up in the air. Luffy would teleport in front of Enel, and on top of Enel in the air, grab Enel's arms, flip and throw Enel to the ground. Enel would land on his back in the ground, and he couldn't move because his back is broken, right? So Luffy would get on top of Enel and use his haki and keep punching him over and over and over and over again, and Enel's face would be destroyed. Luffy would grab Enel by the throat and just choke him to a tree, and Enel would be trying to get Luffy away, but he can't move his arms because his back is broken. Luffy would just choke out Enel until he can't breathe, and Enel would die. Luffy killed Enel because he said that he's gonna kill everyone he loves, and Luffy don't play with that type of stuff. So that's why Luffy killed Enel without even giving Enel a chance or something. So Luffy would go back to the rest of the Straw Hats, and he would say that how he defeated Enel. And the Straw Hats would go on and defeat all the other priests and all the warriors that were left, right, with the army. He would stop the war between them, and then he would go back to the engineer's house, right, and Chopper would use the engineer's house to heal Sanji because Sanji got hit by Enel with a lightning attack. And so he would be kind of injured. So 2 days later, Sanji would recover fully, and they would leave Skypiea. They would fall out of the sky, and midway, this octopus thing would catch him and bring him safely to the ground. So when they land, they the Going Merry starts to crack, and they're like, "What the hell? Why is it cracking? What's going on?" So they would decide to, before they go to get the ship repaired, they're gonna get some food because they haven't ate in a couple days. So they would stop at an island, and they would be walking around, and they would see that everything on this island is really long and really tall. So Luffy would see some of these sticks moving on the ground. So Luffy would just grab them and break him. And this short man that was on top of the sticks would fall down and start talking to Luffy, and telling him some stuff about this island. And while that was going on, Luffy hears some gunshots. So Usopp and Chopper were with Luffy, so they would run over to where they saw the gunshots, and it would be the rest of the Straw Hats, and they would be surrounded by the ship. And the captain of the ship would challenge Luffy to a daily back fight. Luffy would deny this because he thinks it's dumb. Why they're gonna have a competition? Let's just fight. So the leader of this pirate crew would say, "Oh, you want to fight? I see. I was gonna give you an easy way out, and we could just have a simple daily back fight. If that's what you want, let's go." So all of the crew members of this crew would jump out, and there was hundreds of them. So Luffy would be surrounded. The Straw Hats would prepare to fight, but Luffy would tell them to back down and how he got this. So all of them would surround Luffy, and before they even could hit him, Luffy used his Conqueror's haki and he would use it at its max, right? And everyone would knock out. He would restrain it so he wouldn't hit the rest of the Straw Hats, but it would hit everybody everybody else. So everybody else would knock out, and Luffy would say, "Oh, that was pretty easy." So they would be getting some food from the old man. The old man gave him some food and stuff. So when they were leaving, right, they're going back to the ship, and they were gonna go. They traveled around the other side of the island because the closest island was on the other side. And when they're walking their way to the other side, they pass this rock, and there's a man behind this rock. And the man says how he's here to capture Luffy and Robin, and the guy would jump at Robin trying to grab her. He would grab her, and her body would start to freeze. Luffy would punch the guy in the face, sending him flying. Robin's hand would be frozen, and she would knock out because it was so cold. So Chopper would take her back to the ship like Luffy told him to do. And the ice guy would come back up and try to punch Luffy and grab him and try to freeze him. Luffy would dodge everything and punch him a couple more times. The guy would have to use his like full ice thing and freeze the ground, trying to trap Luffy so he can't move, make him slip. Luffy would slip, and the guy would try to punch Luffy. Luffy would dodge all of it with his acrobatic skills, and yeah. So the guy would keep trying to punch Luffy, but Luffy would get kind of bored of this and just decide to use his Rio with his haki and punch the guy in the stomach, knocking the wind out of him. He would grab the guy by the throat and ask him what does he want, like who is he, and he would say that he's an admiral for the Marines, and so the guy would punch Luffy right when Luffy didn't notice it, and then he would run away. And this guy would go back to the Marines and tell them what happened, and they would raise Luffy's bounty to 150, right, 150 million instead of the 100 million he had. So yeah, so Luffy and the rest of the Straws would go to the island, which was called Water 7, and they would go around looking for a shipwright. But before they went looking for a shipwright, they went to this money transfer where you could transfer gold and treasure for money. They would get all the gold they got from Skypiea and trade it for 200 million berries, and they would walk around looking for a shipwright, and eventually they would find this long nose guy, and he would say that he'll check out their ship to see if it's good. While that was going on, Luffy met the mayor of this town, and the mayor would introduce himself and tell him some facts about the island called Water 7, and Usopp would get distracted by all the cool stuff they had, all the engineering stuff they had, and he would get distracted and would get separated from Nami and Luffy that were looking for someone to check out the ship. The guy would come back an hour later, and when he checked out the ship, and Zoro was there, he was protecting the ship, and before the shipwright guy even came, Zoro would be attacked by this gang group called the Frankie family, and Zoro of course would defeat them, but he wouldn't kill them. He would just beat them up and make them run away. And then after the guy came, Zoro would be on guard, thinking it's another attack, and the guy would say that, oh no, it's not another attack and stuff. So the guy would tell Zoro how their ship can't be repaired, and they would have to get a new ship because the base of the ship is completely destroyed, and if it goes on any more wild adventure, it could break midway and you'll drown and stuff. So Zoro would be kind of conflicted about this because he doesn't want to give up the Mary because he was with the Mary for months and for a really really long time. That was his pirate ship. So eventually the shipwright would come back. The guy that was checking out the ship with the long nose would come back and tell Luffy and Nami about the ship, and they would both be kind of mad and say that we'll pay you as much money as you can, just please fix the Mary. And he would say that you can't, it's not because of the money, just you can't fix the ship. You're gonna have to build a new ship, make a whole new ship, and those cost hundreds of millions of berries, and that's too much, and you guys don't have that much money. You have money, but you don't have that much. So he would just say buy a new ship or something, and they would show them from new ships, and when they're walking around, the mayor would tell them to hide because someone from the world government was coming. So Luffy and they would hide, and the guy would he would say that he smells some pirate here, and the guy would think nothing of it because the mayor would say, no, there's no pirates here. So yeah, so Luffy would go back with the group, and with Usopp and the whole Straw Hats, they would come back, right? And before, when they went looking for Usopp, they found Usopp like beat up on the middle of the ground, and Usopp would tell them how this gang called the Frankie family would that they beat him up and stuff. So Luffy would go to the Frankie family's house by himself, and he would tell Nami to take Usopp back, and he'll take care of it. So Luffy would knock on the door, and this giant guy would open the door and ask Luffy what does he want, and Luffy says that he's here to take back his money. So the giant guy would laugh and slam the door at Luffy in Luffy's face, but Luffy would catch it with one hand and push the door open. The door would hit the guy in the face, sending him flying, and Luffy would walk in, and all the Frankie family members would try to fight Luffy, and Luffy would just use his Conqueror's Haki, knocking all of them out, except for these two giants. Luffy would activate Haki in his hand, and the guys would just sit down and pretend they got knocked out, because they don't want to get punched by Luffy. So Luffy would use his jump up in the air, right, and just use his rear Haki, right, and just destroy the Frankie family's house, not killing anybody. So Luffy would would ask the guys where the money are, and he said that their boss took it. So he would ask where the boss is, and he says that he went out shopping. So Luffy would be like, damn, we don't have our money now. We still have 100 million, but we need the other 100 million to buy a new ship. So Luffy would go back with the rest of the Straw Hats on the Going Merry, and they would all be sitting in their little house, in their little cabin, right, and Luffy and Nami would tell the rest of the tribes would tell Usopp that how they can't fix the ship, and Usopp would be mad at this, and Luffy and Usopp would start arguing and stuff. So so Luffy wouldn't say some dumb stuff like he did in the original that would make Usopp leave, and Usopp wouldn't leave. He would just be really mad, and Zoro and the rest of the tribes would calm down Usopp and convince him that they all want the Going Merry. It's not that they don't want it. It just, you can't fix the Going Merry. So Usopp eventually would come around and realize that they can't fix the Merry, and would be really upset. So when the rest of the tribes were talking, Sanji would say that Robin is still not here, and how Chopper went out looking for them while they were trying to convince Usopp, and Chopper came back saying that they can't, that he found Robin, and Robin said that she wants to leave the crew, and they would all be confused by this, because before they had no argument. They were all just chilling with Robin and stuff, and how she suddenly wants to leave the crew. So Luffy and Sanji would go out spying on Robin, and eventually realize that she got captured by the Navy and the world government, and the Straw Hats would decide to follow the world government to wherever they were taking her and save Robin. And when they were on their way there, they would see this guy tied up, and it would be Frankie, and Frankie would say that he was trying to help Robin out and stuff, but he got captured, and he got defeated by the Marines, and he got tied up. So Luffy would save him. He would pull out his katana and just cut the rope, right? They would all go, right? The Navy, the world government would leave, and they would ask Frankie if there's another way for them to follow them, and he would say, yeah, we also have this train for the water. So they would go to the other side of the island and get on this train with all the Straw Hats, and while they were there, they would just be chilling there, and Usopp and Nami would both get new weapons and stuff. If you guys don't know, Nami she has this weapon that has tricks in it and stuff, and she could kind of control weather. In Alabasta, she uses it to defeat the Spike Girl. So she got an upgraded version of this. Now she could, instead of making bubbles of heat and coldness, she could make water bubbles and fire bubbles and lightning bubbles, and she could make clouds and shoot out wind. It's just a 10 times better version of this. Usopp would get a better slingshot. It would be the handle would be much longer, and the top part would be circular, and it would have 4 ropes connecting to the the actual slingshot, and it would have a pouch, kind of made like a kind of made out of small bag, so he could shoot better and stuff. So they would get new weapons. Luffy and Zoro would be on top of the train, and they would catch up to one part of this train because Sanji, Usopp, and Frankie would sneak on the ship right before the rest of the tribes could get on, right? So Sanji and Frankie and Usopp were on the ship trying to save Robin, but they wouldn't be able to. So eventually the Shrats would meet up with the rest of Frankie, Usopp, and Sanji would meet up with the rest of the Shrats, and they would find out that they're gonna take Robin with the Marines are gonna take Robin and stuff, and at this place called Enies Lobby, and they have to go in and save Robin. So the Shrats with Frankie would eventually make it to Enies Lobby with everybody else. Most of the Frankie family and this lady with green hair and her grandkid and the grandkid's bunny and stuff, just some random people. So the Straw Hats with Frankie would be in front of Enies Lobby preparing to go in and take all the stuff they need to save Robin. So the Straw Hats would come in, and this kind of round guy would try to stop them, but Frankie would beat him up pretty easily, while the rest of the Shrats would get in. They would kind of get captured. Usopp and Sanji would get tied up, and not Usopp. Usopp and Zoro would get tied up, right? And then Sanji would he would be stopped by this soap girl she has a Logia type devil fruit, and she could make you kind of weak. If she washes you with soap, she could make you weak and drain all your energy. So oh my god, Nami would decide to take her down, and she would continue using her water bubbles and making mirages, and eventually she would beat the girl with her electricity and shoot the girl with electricity, and she would be defeated, and she would take these keys. These keys are needed to open the locks that Robin has and Zoro has. So Nami would he would go back, and before she defeated the soap girl, Chopper would be going on a rampage and stuff, and he would awaken kind of his devil fruit, and he would be like this giant monster thing. So yeah, he would also hurt Frankie, and Frankie would decide to stop Chopper and save him from this monster form because Chopper was really, really tired. So yeah. So eventually Nami would come up with Usopp because Usopp was down there, right? And Usopp was with Zoro, and Nami comes up after defeating the soap girl where Zoro and Usopp were, and there was these two guys. One of them has a transformation fruit that made them turn into a giraffe. The other one had a transformation fruit that lets them turn into a wolf. So Nami would come in, right, and free Zoro and Usopp from the ties up they had together. So Usopp would decide to fight the fox guy with Nami, and and Zoro would fight the elephant guy, but before they got to fight, Usopp and Nami chickened out because the guy was too strong for them. So Zoro would have to defeat both of them. So Zoro would be fighting the elephant guy, and the fox guy would trick Usopp and say that he doesn't want to fight him, and he'll just give him the key because he really doesn't like killing. And so Usopp would pick up the key, and out of nowhere, this fox guy would cheap shot Luffy Usopp, and kind of stab him in the stomach. Usopp would be sent flying, and the fox guy would get on top of Usopp and keep cutting him, and Nami would try to stop him, and the fox guy would almost hit Nami before he could even touch Nami. Sanji would come up because so basically the soap girl, when she surrounds you in soap, you go into this form where your body's kind of circularized, and if you get wet, it goes away. So when Chopper went on this rampage, he went into the room where Nami was fighting the soap girl, and pull out this bath thing that was in the room, and he threw it out of the room, and it landed on Sanji and making him wet so he could go back to his normal form. And yeah, so before the wolf pack could hit Nami, Sanji would jump up and kick the wolf guy, sending him flying. So Sanji would tell Usopp and not Sanji would tell Nami to take Usopp to go find Robin, right? And he would they would get the key and run away. So Sanji would start to fight this wolf guy. The wolf guy would like try to punch Sanji would be dodging it, getting hit sometimes, and Sanji would also be kicking the wolf guy, and the wolf guy would dodge sometimes, and then sometimes he would get hit. Sanji would finally get hit and be sent flying back. They would be sent out of the room. The wolf guy would come back and try to attack Sanji. Sanji would kick the guy away up in the air, right? And then the wolf guy would sit down and toss the key to Sanji and say that he finally found this guy to save Robin, and he would make up a lie saying that he's like Robin's brother. And Sanji would pretend to fall for this, and the fox guy, realizing that Sanji picks up the key, right? And then the fox guy tries to attack him, but Sanji backs up and kicks the guy in the face, sending him flying back. The wolf guy would get mad at this and go like rampage and like say that he's gonna show the true form of a fox to Sanji. Sanji would get hit a couple times, kind of get beat up. He would be sent flying across the room, right? Sanji would decide to get serious. He would start spinning out of nowhere, and when he stopped spinning, his feet go on fire. His foot would go on fire, and Sanji would teleport behind this guy, and the guy would use his iron body thing, and Sanji would kick him in the ribs, and he would still hit him. He would hit him hard enough to pass through the iron body thing, and he would send the wolf guy flying. The wolf guy would dash at Sanji would kick the guy in the face, right? And the guy would dash in the air, and he would grab Sanji he would stab Sanji in his stomach. Sanji would kick away the other arm of the fox guy, and then while they're flying down in the air, Sanji would turn his body and kick the guy in the back of the head, and he would shoot him to the ground, knocking him out, and he would land and take the guy's key. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys in the next part. Bye.